Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. So it appears we've had an influx of new radios coming out of Asia recently. Some good, some bad, and some really good and some really bad. However, this time we have a twist on a new fan favourite, and this time this is the Baofeng UV-5R Mini. Now I'm not sure why there's so many UV-5 models coming out from Baofeng. Maybe it's because the original UV-5R radio was extremely popular, so maybe they're trying to cream off the momentum of that radio. But this UV-5R Mini is a completely different radio, and in my opinion should have been branded something different. Now the Mini weighs around 200 grams, it can store up to 999 memory channels, it supports the 2 meter and 70 centimeter handbands, and it has extra wide coverage for the FM broadcast band and Airband in AM. However, we'll test that AM reception later in the video, as normally these cheap radios fall over when trying to receive AM. The radio is also stated to output up to 5 watts of RF power on high setting and 2 watts on low. Now, this Mini also supports programming from your phone or tablet via Bluetooth, so no need to purchase a separate programming cable. However, if you want to use a Windows computer to program the Mini, then of course you can, with the free downloadable programming software. Now down the left side of the radio there's 3 buttons. The top 2 are actually PTT buttons. The top one is for VFO A and the middle button is for VFO B. Now the third button at the bottom is user programmable, which you can change either on the radio via Bluetooth or the Windows software. Down the right side, we see the usual Kenwood style speaker mic socket, which is where you'd also attach the programming cable if you have one. Now the battery is rechargeable via a USB-C cable, and of course you can use most power sources for this, like a mobile phone charger for example. Now on the top of the radio, there's the antenna socket, an on and off control which also acts as the volume control. And of course, no Asia-born radio would be the same without the much-needed flashlight, which on this model has its own dedicated button. The removable 7.4 volt battery is also stated to have a capacity of 2200 mAh, and the brochure states that that's 36 hours of standby time. Powering on the radio, you'll notice something that I absolutely love, and if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you'll know what I mean, so leave your guesses down in the comments. There's 2 VFOs shown on the screen, but only one works at a time, so there's no crossband repeater here. The 2 PTT buttons on the left side of the radio control each of these VFOs, but personally I find it actually quite annoying to have 2 PTT buttons. I much prefer to use the A and B button to choose which VFO the radio will transmit on from a single PTT button. What do you think about it? Do you think having 2 PTTs makes the radio any better? Now what was quite refreshing to see was a new menu layout with nice little icons next to each of the menu areas. Now so many radios these days use the same UI and menu layout that each new radio feels like it's exactly the same as the previous one. So I think this was a nice little touch and quite refreshing to see. Now that doesn't mean that this menu hasn't been used on another radio, it just means that I haven't seen it. Now there's not really that much in the menus, however you can program the radio from here and configure all the settings if you don't have a computer or mobile device. The wireless CP setting, which is just an on or off setting, enables or disables Bluetooth, so you can use your phone or tablet to program the radio. I don't think it supports Bluetooth audio, it's just purely for programming. Now on iOS, the app is called Walkie Talkie Tool, and it actually supports a whole host of makes and models, not just the UV-5R Mini. I guess it's the mobile version of Chirp. Now talking of which, the UV-5R Mini does not appear to be listed on the latest version of Chirp. Well, not just yet anyhow. I did try some of the other UV-5 models, but they didn't work either, so it looks like it's very specific. On a good note though, the speaker on this radio, even though it's quite small, is actually pretty decent. It can be turned quite loud and sounds pretty good too. Take a listen to this.
Good morning, Dick and Vicky and the morning crew. I want to be the president. This is Kilo Charlie 1 with Papa Echo. Hey, got you down for a president. Let's take some radio check-ins. N5CHB, Chuck in the mobile. N5CHB, Chuck in the mobile.
Now, talking of audio, the transmitted audio also sounds pretty nice. Take a listen to this and let me know what you think.
This is M0DQW testing the audio on the Baofeng UV-5R Mini. This is on the narrow setting. This is on the narrow setting on the Baofeng UV-5R Mini. M0DQW over. This is M0DQW testing the audio transmission on the Baofeng UV-5R Mini. This is the Baofeng UV-5R Mini testing a wideband transmission on FM. M0DQW over.
Okay, so let's now test some RF output power. Remember, this radio was spec'd to output 5 watts on high power and 2 watts on low power. Now, if you're a follower of my channel, then you would have seen that I normally use a Nisai DG503 power meter when testing 2 and 70 centimeter transmitters. Well, I blew that up with the 70 centimeter amplifier that I was building. So I now have switched to this power meter, which covers pretty much from 160 meters right up to the 23 centimeter band with a maximum throughput of 400 watts. Now, this is the Moonraker SWR 1000 and it only costs around £100. So that's a pretty good bargain in my opinion. Now, testing the UV-5R Mini on low power at 435 MHz, we see an output of around 2 watts. And with the radio changed to high power, we see an output of a smidge over 5 watts on the 70 centimeter band. That's not bad at all. Now, if we test the 462 MHz band, which is where the GMRS frequencies lie, we see an output of around 7 watts. But this might be slightly off, as this power meter's top frequency in this range is actually 450 MHz, but it does show a decent amount of power for GMRS users. To measure lower than 160 MHz, I now need to swap over the connection, making sure the dummy load is connected to the antenna port and the radio connected to the TX port. So on 145 MHz, we see an output of 2 watts with the UV-5R Mini set to low power, and then with the radio set to high power, we see an output level of a smidge over 5 watts. Okay, so far the radio is performing exactly as described on the specification sheet. Now, the following 2 tests may divide your opinion on this radio, but the next test will be spurious emissions. Now, luckily, this radio is only spec'd to transmit on the ham bands, so fingers crossed the filtering is done correctly. Now, the first test here shows 70 centimeters transmitting around 435 MHz on high power. And to me, with this tiny SA Ultra, it appears to be clean on transmit, with no major harmonics splattering out of band. So let's move on to the 2 meter band and check there. Again, the 2 meter band, but around 145 MHz, again on full power, also appears to be very clean. No nasty harmonics splurting their filth onto other bands. Nice. Another band, which I do not normally test, and that's only because we do not use it here in the UK, is the GMRS range of frequencies that's used in the US, a bit like the PMR frequencies that we use here in the UK, but GMRS appears to have much more relaxed laws about what you can and cannot do on those GMRS frequencies. So here is a scan transmitting on around 462 MHz, testing on full power. Now, this shows to me that the UV-5R Mini is actually fairly clean here too. So that's a nice surprise for you GMRS users. So the last test I performed that I want to show you is how well the UV-5R Mini receives on the Airband. That's between 108 MHz and 136 MHz using amplitude modulation. Well, there you go. That's at least one feature that this radio has shown that lets us down. we've seen this horrible sounding AM demodulation before on cheap radios, and it's a real shame. Of course, if you're not interested in an Airband, then it's no problem, but it is a shame as the UV-5R Mini is small, clean on transmit, kind of looks okay and sounds okay on transmit and receive, and it's less than $30. In fact, you can purchase 2 minis in a bundle for not much more money. So having AM not demodulate properly kind of sucks really. Anyway guys, there we go. That's the Baofeng UV-5R Mini. I would expect that we probably might see some other models that look exactly the same but branded differently. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next one.